In question number 2, I'm provided with 3 sides. Now when you're provided with 3 sides, we're going to use law of cosines. Okay, so to get started here, I'm going to do a squared equals b squared plus c squared. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times the cosine of a. Subtract 2 times 8 times 5 times the cosine of a. Alright, so I'm going to grab my calculator. And yes, you will have to show work on a test, but just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take 10 squared. I'm going to subtract 8 squared to the other side. I'm going to subtract 5 squared to the other side. You will have to show your work on your paper. Now I'm going to divide by negative 2 times 8 times 5. And this is what the cosine of a is equal to. So I have the cosine of a is equal to negative 0.137. Remember, cosines need to be between the range of negative 1 to 1, so that works. Also make sure that we are in degrees. I am. And so I'm going to do inverse cosine and paste this in. And this is what I have for the answer for a. So my a value for the angle is 97.9. So up here I can do 97.9 degrees. Now that I know one value, I'm going to use the sine of 97.9 degrees. Okay, that's going to be angle at 97.9 degrees. And I'm going to put that over side A. Okay, sorry for the delay there. So I'm going to set up what do I know. So here's what I know so far. Now when I choose my next one, I want to choose the smaller of the two. So the smaller of the two remaining sides would be c. So I'm going to do the sine of c over length c. I can choose the smaller of the two. Okay, I'm going to cross multiply this amount. So the sine of 97.9 times 5 equals 10 times the sine of c. Divide by 10. And let's plug this in. Okay, so right now I have the sine of 97.9 times, 5 times the sine of 97.9, and I'm going to divide it by 10. Now this is between negative 1 to 1 in the range, and I'm going to do inverse sine to get that angle. And so I have c is equal to 29.68, so 29.7 we could round it to. C is going to be 29.7. C is 29.7 degrees, and now I could easily find the remaining angle, 97.9 plus 29.7. Take this amount, make sure you guys can see that. Take this amount and let's subtract it from 180, the interior angle of a triangle, and we get 52.4. 52.4. Now where do I think a lot of students are going to mix up here? Okay, it's obvious because we do have the 3 sides, so I am going to use law of cosine. But after I figure out my first angle, remember when we choose the second one, we need to use the smaller length or smaller angle that I might go after.